Hello, everyone. Still battling this bug that's going around. I hope nobody else is having to fight this thing. It has been rough. Very rough. So what I decided to do, guys, real quick is Tuesday night, coming up this Tuesday the 14th, I'm going to be releasing some footage to prove the lies that's been going around about my family. And I've decided I'm going to do it on Tuesday because I didn't want to put it in the Monday live show for those that don't want in the drama. That way they won't have to hear the drama to hear the show. But for those that want to know the truth, that live will happen Tuesday night. And there's going to be some proof showed that my family's been lied about. And there's a witness, guys. So moving on to this encounter, I think you're going to enjoy it. And I found out a little something I think you all might think is pretty interesting. Kentucky is one of the states that has the most in-home paranormal activity. Tell me that's not interesting. I've lived in Kentucky my entire life, and I've had my fair share of strange experiences. One night, when I was 7 or 8 years old, I had an encounter that still unsettles me. My brother and I shared a room, with our beds on opposite sides. We had bunk beds, but my brother had taken them apart, so we had two twin-size mattresses on the floor. I slept on the right side, and my brother slept on the left. I've always been afraid of the dark, not because I'm scared of what I can see, but because I'm scared of what I can't as a child. This fear was even worse. As a child, this fear grew. That night, my brother had gone to sleep, and we'd said our good nights, I love yous, but I was still awake, watching YouTube videos on my phone. I was watching a video of my favorite YouTuber playing Fran Bow, a game that I loved. Eventually, my eyes got heavy and I fell asleep. But before I did, I made sure to turn the lamp between our beds off and to unplug my phone. Or plug my phone in, sorry guys. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in the middle of the night. The lamp was back on and my brother was still asleep. At first I was disoriented, but as my eyes adjusted to the light, I saw something that made me almost puke, to be honest. It made my stomach very upset, Mike. There was a small white creature perched on the edge of my brother's bed. It was skinny with long arms and no muscles. It didn't even have a mouth, just two small dots for nostrils and big hollow black eyes. We made eye contact and I felt frozen in fear. When I tried to get up, the creature scurried over to my side of the room and hid under my bed. I laid back down, turned off the lamp, and tried to go back to sleep under the covers, hidden, afraid to even move or scream as it may crawl out and attack me. I know it doesn't make sense, but as a child, that's the only way I knew to deal with this. I was scared to death. But I was woken up again. This time, the lamp was back on, and the creature was sitting on the edge of my bed, staring at me. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or speak or even scream. The creature seemed to be watching me, its black eyes boring into my soul. I thought I was going to die, I'll be honest. I remember thinking about all the possible things that could happen to me. But I was unable to do anything. It was like something heavy was sitting on my chest, like I was being held down. I could see and think. Maybe this is like sleep paralysis that everybody talks about. It seemed like I fell asleep again because the next thing I knew, everything was back to normal. The lamp was off, my brother was still asleep, and the creature, well, he was gone. I got up and I searched the room, the rest of the house, but there was no sign of the creature. I didn't know what to make of what had just happened. As I got older, I began to realize how strange the encounter was. I've since learned that others have reported similar encounters, the creature known as the Hatman. After that experience, I started wetting the bed again, something I'd grown out of years prior. But my brother, as we got older, also said that he had experiences in his bed where he was unable to move with sleep paralysis. We've just begun to talk about this in our adulthood. A few months later, we were speaking about it, and he said that he saw a man standing in the corner of our room, a little short man wearing a hat. Not what I seen, but nonetheless, he saw something in our room also. This time, the creature seemed to be trying to communicate with me. Yes, it came back. I don't remember what it said, but it was something threatening, a warning of some kind. After that encounter, the creature never appeared to me again, but I did have this one last encounter into my adulthood. It stared at me, it was angry, and I could see what it was saying, that it was upset at me and it wanted to do harm to me. And it was threatening me not to say a word. I was so terrified, and again, I couldn't move even into my adulthood. How was this creature able to paralyze me, sit there and stare at me and smile? His mouth would just form from nothing, like an empty void. And it was darkness inside, just as dark as its eyes. I will never forget. I'm sorry for anybody that's ever went through this, sleep paralysis, or the Hatman. This was very terrifying for me. Thank you for sharing my encounter. Yeah, that's something I don't wish to ever see either. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I don't want to experience that. Has anybody else experienced a Hatman or sleep paralysis? Let me know in the comments. What happened to you? How did it feel, and what did you see? I'm interested, guys. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something stupid. We'll see you on the next one.